Howdy, everybody. It is Wednesday, December 7th, and we are live, believe it or not. I don't have my phone with me to show you that I'm live. I don't know where my phone is at, but we are live. It's December 7th. I'm excited that you're here, and whether you're watching live or as a recording, we go live every single Monday through Friday at 10 a.m. Eastern. Sometimes Dave's hosting, he's the CEO. Sometimes I'm hosting. My name is Matt, and I'm the Chief Marketing Officer. But regardless, it's usually a mixture of somebody, and we bring on a guest. And basically, the goal of this show is to tell stories that are inspiring. So rather than waking up with Fox News, or rather than waking up with CNN or any sort of cable news, you can wake up with normal people just like you and me, and who are finding creative ways to build digital businesses. And we've sort of entered this creator economy, a place where normal people can go on places like TikTok and places like Facebook and Instagram and all sorts of social media and create for themselves their own digital business online. And it's pretty astounding. We're living in an age of a lot of opportunity. And so today we've got another awesome guest, somebody who found Legendary earlier this year and is now doing a heck of a job online. And let's bring on Martin. What up?
Hey, what's up?
How are you?
I'm okay. How are you doing?
I'm doing well. Thanks for coming
Awesome.
on the show.
Yeah, thank you for having me. I'm definitely excited. Just happy about the experience. So,
Cool.
mhm.
Awesome. Well, tell us a little bit about you and your journey to coming online. Tell us first, what you were doing before coming online. And maybe you're still doing that now, which is totally cool. And tell us just a little bit about how you found Legendary and your journey in Legendary and now to building, 40, whatever, 40,000, 41,000 followers on TikTok. And just
Right.
tell us a little bit about that journey.
So I pretty much started out. I've always kind of had like an entrepreneurial spirit. So, um, I started off kind of looking into just ways I could create a business. And I looked into the best ways I could do it. And I found that starting like an auto detailing business, it was kind of low cost and it was something I felt like I could do. So I hopped into that. And that's kind of where I started off, just trying to do other things besides work a regular job because I've had regular
Mm.
jobs, but it's just never really been my thing. I've always kind of just been like a free spirit. And so I tried the auto detailing business and it actually worked out for me.
Cool.
So when that worked out, I figured out like I can create income on my own. So I
Yeah.
started I did the auto detailing business for a while and I liked it, but I didn't really like the labor of it. I felt like there's
Sure.
got to be a better way to, do this because I was out there like 12 hours a day, detailing all day long. So it was a little rough. So
Yep.
I started looking for different ways that I could make money on my own. And this was probably about maybe 3 years ago when I did all this. So I was looking for ways to start making money on my own. And I went on YouTube and I started hearing about all these ways you can make money online. And that
Hmm.
was kind of new to me. It was still kind of new, like the making money online thing. Well, for me, but it's really been going on for a little while. So I found out about that and I just researched every way I could of the best ways to make money online.
Hmm.
So when I did that, I found out about drop shipping. So I
Cool.
actually did I did drop shipping about maybe a year and a half ago, and I did it on Facebook Marketplace. I did it like kind of it was like a new way.
Yeah.
So I tried that out, and drop shipping does work, but I don't think it's the best online business model. If you want to have a real sustainable online profitable business, that's going to last you for years and years. Something you can actually hold on to after
Te
you're done.
Yeah, tell us why,
Because
at least
drop.
from your perspective.
Okay, yeah. So drop shipping, I feel like it's a good way to make money online, but I don't feel like it's a good way to build a real sustainable business. Um, but with affiliate marketing, I feel like you're actually building a personal brand. So not only are you like doing affiliate marketing, but you're also building something that will stick with you for life, you know, if you wanted to. And with drop shipping, I made money with that for maybe about a year, and I made good money, but
Yep.
it kind of just died out. Like it just it wasn't it just wasn't sustainable. It was just a way to make quick money. You know, that's how I feel drop shipping is. And you can build like sustainable businesses with it, but I feel like affiliate marketing is so much better. It's not as hard. Well, you do have to put in a little work, but if you put in that little work, it pays off so much better than drop shipping does. And so I tried that, and then when it started kind of dying out a little bit, I was like, this it can't be how people are really doing this and doing it for prolonged amounts of time.
Mm-hmm.
So that's when I kind of started just like searching around. You know, I was just looking around like on social media platforms, just anything I could find out and figure out. YouTube, I'm heavy on YouTube. There's so much
Okay.
valuable information on there, and so I found out about affiliate marketing, and I was like, you know, that sounds pretty awesome. So I heard about the legendary marketer, and I got involved, and I took the challenge, and I was just amazed. I was like, this is everything that I've been missing to build a real sustainable online business.
Yep.
So once I started like learning all of the elements of affiliate marketing, building funnels, you know, that I think that's how you really build a real sustainable online business, is having actual funnels and actually having an email list, because you're always in touch with them. And that's how it's so much better than drop shipping, because with drop shipping, you know, they might purchase maybe once or twice, but you're only really selling so many products, and it's only so many times you can keep doing that. You know, you got to keep
Yeah.
you got to run ads and stuff like that. But now with affiliate marketing, there's so many opportunities and so many ways you can do things organically. So I just when I learned about affiliate marketing, I was like, this is awesome. This is the perfect online business model. And
Yeah.
I've just been sticking with it ever since. And
Hmm.
really, one of the things I've been making it work for me is just I just keep trying to learn as much as I can, just learning and practicing, testing, and
Yep.
watching other people that are already successful doing it. And that's really how I'm kind of figuring it out now. I still feel like I'm still learning, and I'm still kind of in the beginner stage, but I do feel like I'm starting to figure it out. So
Yeah. Wow. Cool. Yeah. Well, so you started, how long ago did you start again?
I started affiliate marketing about 4 months ago.
Okay. So yeah, I mean, in affiliate marketing dog years, that's like you're like 5 years in, you know? Like
Okay, yeah.
it's like it feels like a long time.
Yeah.
But yeah, the truth is, yeah, you're still getting started in the industry, still sort of like, you know, I think of starting a business sometimes like treading water when you don't know how to swim. So, you know, you get basically pushed off into the deep end by somebody. Sometimes that's yourself, and you're sort of flailing, and sometimes you fall below the surface, and you're just kind of like throwing your arms around. Where am I? Where am I? Where am I? And a couple months in, or maybe 6 months in or something. That might sound like a long time, but look, I mean, we're you know, eh, starting a business and learning something brand new takes just a little bit of time, usually, and not for everybody. Some people make money in their first 30 days. Some people don't, but I think 90 days, maybe 6 months in is kind of the place where you start to tread water. And there's less sort of flailing and chaos. And there's a little bit more like, I think I understand this. I think I understand this.
Hmm.
And then you start to look around maybe for a boat or a flotation device so you don't have to work so hard, right? Some automation.
Right.
And I think that sort of analogy is true in that, once you hit that point, that's the point where it seems like people go from, modeling and emulating what they've always known into now they have a little bit of more creativity. Just because, not because they weren't creative before, but just because they were learning everything that was so new, their brain didn't really have, the capacity to have a lot more creativity. So, does that make sense?
It does. Hmm.
Yeah. I wonder, I wonder from your perspective, what's it been like? You've built a pretty big following, and you've also converted some of that following into cash, And I'm wondering, was it hard to get online on TikTok? Was it difficult? How, take us back to the first day where you actually opened the TikTok app. You're kind of filming, whether that's at your house or outside or whatever,
Right.
and you turn on the camera. Like, what kinds of feelings and things came up for you when you were getting started?
Okay. So at first, so I was looking at TikTok, and I was still kind of trying to figure out the platform. So I was like, okay, this is interesting, and I was kind of hearing about how the older audiences were getting on TikTok. So I was like, because at first I was like, I probably won't ever get on TikTok and all this stuff. I was thinking, okay, it's weird. But I started doing it, and I figured out that it's actually really fun, and it's a way you can just kind of be yourself on there. And that's one of the biggest things is you just got to be yourself. And I'm figuring that out. The more I'm just myself, the better I do. And like pretty much. So I got on TikTok and I started looking around, and I want to say the first person I saw was the dad entrepreneur. So yeah, I saw him. I was like, look at this guy. He's killing it. So I checked him out, and I pretty much just kind of just started like doing a little more research and figuring out um what he was doing. So, and that's when I learned about the legendary marketer program. That was probably about maybe like a week after I started messing around with TikTok, because I really hadn't been on the platform before that, because I didn't really understand it. But once I started kind of playing around with it, the more I messed around with it, the more I understood the platform. So that's kind of just how I started. But I just stuck with it. It took me maybe a couple weeks to really get started, but I just kept seeing the Dashpreneur just keep going at it. He was so consistent, and I was like, okay, that's awesome. He must be doing something right. If he knows what he's doing. So I kept watching him, and that's when I decided to go ahead and join the program. And after that, like I said, I just modeled somebody that was already successful. And then once I did that for a little while, I've just been creating my own little style, and figuring out what makes me different. So that's another thing, is just kind of figuring out like what makes you kind of different. And I noticed like a lot of things that do well. It's like things with my dog, because I guess it relates to other people. So like when I make content with my dog, sometimes that'll do a little better. But just things that kind of make you stick out. Like I've seen people do content with like sometimes they'll have like their kids in it for a little bit or something. Just things that make you stick out. Whatever you want to do, you can figure it out and do your own thing. So that's kind of just what I'm doing. Like I said, I'm still kind of trying to figure it out. But I was on a platform, so after I did the program, that's when I started creating my own content. And at first, I was terrible. I had no idea what I was doing, but I just kept going at it, and I kept practicing, and I just kept getting better. So now I feel like I'm starting to kind of figure it out, and it's just getting so much easier for me. But at first, I was thinking maybe I'm not doing something right. It wasn't really working for me, but as I kind of figured out how to do it, it's getting a lot easier for me now. So that's kind of been what's helped me so much, is just continuing to do it, just not giving up, because I felt like I was going to give up at some point because I wasn't really making any progress. But once I got that first viral video, it's just started taking off. So I fit like, I guess, like everything that everybody's been saying in their content, like it's true. You just gotta get to that point, where you're actually doing everything they're saying. Like they're not lying at all. They're telling the truth. Like everything I've been reading, like it's real, like that other people have been posting. So I just kept going at it. But once you get that first viral video, everything else kind of starts to take off on TikTok. But really also it's about, just finding the platform that works for you. Like TikTok works really well for me. And I do pretty good on Instagram also. But Facebook, I'm still trying to crack the code on, and I guess I'm kind of in between like the younger and the older generation. I feel like the older generation would do better on Facebook, and I think Facebook has a really good audience, so I kind of wish I could really get do a little better on Facebook. So that's what I'm trying to figure out now. um so yeah. Uh-oh.
Sorry, I was muted.
Okay.
Um, yeah, I love that. I really feel like, man, I really feel like the sometimes when you're on Facebook, I was just talking to a girl, Kelly. Okay, Kelly Roberts. She's big on TikTok and she's amazing. She was at our mastermind this last weekend in Florida, down in Orlando,
Mhm.
and man, she said, I've been posting videos and I take my TikTok videos and then I post the TikTok videos and then I repost them over to Facebook and Instagram, right? So same thing you're probably doing, right?
Mhm. Right.
Um, and she said, I wasn't really getting much traction on Facebook, and then just sort of out of nowhere, it just started to take off. And I don't know what
Mhm.
I did or if I changed anything, but it just boom, it just started to take off, and the leads are just flying in, she said. So, we kind of talked about it a little bit, and I've mentioned this before. I have a couple of trainings both in our blueprints and with our affiliates that talks about the nonstop social cycle. And what I mean by that is just, these social media companies are iterating ever since 2020 or 2019, 2020, when TikTok really went viral, right?
Mhm.
And everybody started to get on TikTok. Ever since that happened, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, all of these huge social media giants have just been trying to emulate and copy what they've done. That's why Reels came out. That's why YouTube Shorts came out. And different people, depending on a lot of different factors that we don't really know, it's in kind of an algorithm.
Mhm.
And unfortunately, they don't make that public because it's confidential information of their company. But at different times, you can get virality from these companies as they do little updates in their algorithm. And so, what I tell people is don't just choose one platform and then just be like, well, it's not working anymore. I guess I'll go to Facebook. You should really be on all platforms. We call that being omnipresent, present everywhere all the time.
Mhm.
And when you do that, you'll sort of, not hit a lottery, but kind of get lucky like Kelly did. You
Right.
make your own luck. Kelly didn't get lucky. Kelly made her own luck because she was everywhere all the time. And then just by some spark of something changed in the system, something changed in the algorithm, boom, she's viral and she's pouring in leads and sales because of it. But this is an advanced, I mean, it's I'll tell you, this is interesting because, there's a lot of companies out there who are smart companies with marketing departments and all this stuff behind the scenes, and they're geniuses, right? Um, there's a lot of companies that still aren't on TikTok and still aren't marketing with short form video content and have no idea that, these tiny little people, it just people from no marketing background, have barely started a company, are just going massively viral, building huge audiences online because of the way that they create content is so powerful and they're so skilled. I was talking with I don't know if you've ever heard of Emily Walcott. She's M the affiliate on TikTok, and and it's crazy. I mean, she seems like an incredible mom, but she'll have times where she goes down in the basement and just says to her kids, "Hey, look, mom's going down to do work, and don't bother mom. I
Mhm.
need this time." And she goes crazy over TikTok, man. She is like so locked in and dialed into the algorithm. She's trying
Oh,
everything,
wow.
logging into accounts, logging out of accounts. How do I get
Right.
this to go viral? How do I get that? And just research. She puts that all together, and when you know your target audience and you speak directly to them, that's when that magic can happen. So
Right.
what platforms are you on? How are you creating content? And I always ask this, well, I don't always, but I like to ask the question, what's your favorite tool to repurpose your content, like to download it on TikTok, and how do you go about that?
Okay. So I'm really on TikTok the most,
Hmm.
but I am on all the other platforms. I'm on TikTok, I'm on Facebook, I'm on Pinterest, I'm on Instagram, and I'm on YouTube. Well, I'm doing like YouTube Shorts.
Yep. Good.
So I'm doing all of those, and what I'm kind of trying to do right now is, like you said, just kind of figure out how to make different content for each platform,
Yep.
because it really doesn't take that long, to make the content. So if you really want to take off, then or just for me, I feel like then it's good to make like content that's native for the platform. So
Yeah.
yeah, so that's kind of what I'm trying to figure out right now, is how to make
Hmm.
content that's native for Facebook, just because I really want Facebook to take off, because I see so much potential in the Facebook Reels right now. And
Yep.
like you said, like she was one of the first people I saw also, and I think I saw her on Facebook. So
Mm.
yeah, she's definitely killing it, and it made
Yeah.
like I'm happy you told me that, because now I know like she's probably working real hard, and studying, and she deserves it, so yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. You get around her for about 30 minutes, at a mastermind or something. And it be just, she didn't even say it, but it became very clear to me. I was like, okay, she is dead serious about this. And,
Mhm.
she explained how she lost her TikTok account. She said, man, that was so terrible. It sucked. And I really was down about it. But it was almost like, I don't know. It was almost just like, yeah, but what am I gonna do? Just quit? Hell no.
Right.
And I was like, dang, okay. And there's been other people who, go through that and then they aren't able to get back up and going. Like, but she's got multiple different TikTok accounts, many of them, and
Right.
she's pouring content out to multiple of those channels. But she's like almost crazy. Like, not like insane, but like you want to talk about somebody who has a singular focus of being the best content creator on earth. That's basically where she's at.
Wow, that's awesome.
It's
That's awesome.
wild. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I
Mm.
think some of that, I had a good mentor. Part of my success, I think, online, I've been an affiliate marketer. I've created digital course. I created my first digital course 10 years ago
Oh, wow.
about search engine optimization and
Mm.
sold that for $37. I've been selling courses, affiliate marketing. I've done coaching and consulting. And now, we do masterminds here at Legendary. I've kind of done all core four together all at once. And I think what's a good mentor of mine before I got started about 12 years ago told me back in 2010 or 11. He said, Matt, most people who build really big businesses on the internet, and not just a little business or not just a tiny business, but a big business, they what they do is they become obsessive, almost like an addict. Like
Mhm.
they live it, they eat it, they sleep it, they breathe it, everything. And you know, I think to some people that might sound a little bit intense, but it doesn't have to be that way every single day. Here's what I mean. I don't live it, eat it, sleep it, breathe it today the way I did 12 years ago, right?
Mhm.
But in the early days, it's almost like learning a new language. So you've got no concept of any of these marketing language terms. So what I would do is, if I couldn't be working on my business, I had a marketing podcast in. I was listening to guys like Joe Polish, and I had marketing books, audible books in my ears, at all times. And I also had some mindset stuff in my ears at all times, like listening to the 4 Hour Work Week, listening to things that were talking about how to make income in unconventional ways, and just constant working on the mindset, constantly getting the gears shifting, and constantly listening and learning about different marketing angles and tricks and all of this stuff. And slowly over time, so my obsession factor went from like sky high right away, and then
Hmm.
has slowly lowered over time, where initially my value given to the marketplace was small, and then over time that's really grown. So it's sort of grown in the opposite way. Before, it was I didn't have a lot of value to give right away, so I became really obsessive about knowledge and learning. And then
Hmm.
as I started to give back and teach and learn and grow and teach others, then I sort of, that obsession with learning and intensity and keeping it in my head, I didn't do that quite as much. I sort of focused more on giving and being present in the community and stuff like that. But I do think initially, right out the gate, your first year or two should be, and it should be an obsession. It should drive every minute of every day. And if you can do that, I think if somebody can do that for an extended period of time, I actually believe that they will find success. It's not really like a maybe they will, maybe they won't, but I just think, if it becomes that much of an obsession to you, to where you give up Netflix and you give up Hulu and you give up your TV shows, and you don't go to watch, the NFL football playoff game or something with your buddies, but instead you show up just for the fourth quarter,
Right.
and
Yeah.
you use the other 3 hours of time working on your business and learning and growing, and then you go hang out for an hour rather than five.
Hmm.
Um, and I think the more that you do that, and you're willing to make those sacrifices, success becomes inevitable. Sort of, that's just the necessary sort of equation of success, that at least that I've seen.
Right.
So tell us a little bit about when you go out and create content. You're talking about, I wanted to return to what you said with creating it native to the platform. I actually do like this idea, because when you look at TikTok and you see the certain ways in which people are getting a lot of views and going really viral, it doesn't happen as much on Facebook. It's a
Right.
little different on Facebook, the kind of stuff that really goes viral. So what kind of things do you see that are really making moves on TikTok now, versus what kind of things do you see, maybe that what changes do you make when you translate that over to something like Facebook or maybe YouTube Shorts? What are you evaluating?
Okay. So that's kind of a hard question because that's kind of what I'm trying to figure out right now.
Okay,
But
that's cool.
from what I can tell though, TikTok seems to like things that are a little more personal.
Sure.
TikTok kind of wants to know they're interested in you, and that's why they kind of show up because of you. But as far as Facebook, I feel like Facebook is kind of showing up for information and just I feel like you need to provide more value on Facebook than TikTok,
Mhm.
and that's kind of where I'm trying to get to, is just providing more value on my content. And I think that's also one of the big keys is for you to grow is just providing more value. And I think that's kind of what made my account start to do a little better because my growth was kind of slow at first, but when I started providing like more value on TikTok, I started getting more followers and stuff like that. So I did. That's what I did to really get off the ground. But
Mhm.
I feel like Facebook is just kind of more on a informational side because the audience is just older. So I feel like it's a little harder to win that audience over, and that's why I'm trying to figure it out, just
Okay.
how I can really do better on Facebook. But
Cool.
I'm not doing bad on Facebook. I'm doing pretty
Yeah.
decent. I haven't taken off, to where
Sure.
where I'm generating leads like some of the other people I see doing it on Facebook successfully, like the dad entrepreneur, like M, and it's a few other people that I see really smashing it on Facebook. So I'm just trying to kind of figure out how I can make two different types of content. So now I'm thinking I may
Sure.
start creating just different content for the platforms, just
Sure.
so I can kind of start doing good on both other platforms. So that's kind of where I'm at right now as far as that goes.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that makes a lot of sense, and I like that you're just like, "Hey, I'm just figuring this out still." Because that's the honest answer, and I love that. And, I think that you're right. One thing I wanna point out is on Facebook, um, M and Josh. So think about one thing that, Emily emphasized when she talked at our mastermind this last time was she said, something I'm gonna paraphrase, something to the effect of, "There's nobody who knows their target audience better than I do," or
Hmm.
"Nobody who speaks to my target audience as well as I do," or something like that.
Hmm.
Um, but her point was, I know exactly who I'm speaking to, and
Hmm.
I know exactly what they're struggling with. I know exactly how it feels because her kids had insanely expensive medical bills, and she would spend time crying in the closet because they were like, just like, I don't know where we're gonna get this money. This is so terrible. Blah blah blah. And so she knows the pain very well, all too well, of being broke and even maybe not even broke, but like just not having money for essential things.
Right.
And especially as a stay-at-home mom, she knows that pain really well. And so she speaks to that exact audience, which I think on Facebook that does extremely well.
Yeah.
And then also same with Josh, right? What's his tag? The dad entrepreneur.
That's entrepreneur.
And he speaks exactly to that audience,
Hmm.
And
Yeah.
so sometimes I think it's a matter of maybe this would just be a challenge for you, or not a challenge, but just like hey, maybe this is something we're thinking about is who is it that you're trying to speak to exactly? And what kinds of things are they running into? What kinds of things are they struggling with? What kinds of things are keeping them up at night? The way that I put that when I'm talking about my target audience is I say, you know, imagine that, imagine 1 year ago you, or 5 years ago you, before you found maybe your job, or your auto detailing business, right?
Hmm.
And imagine laying in bed, kind of looking up at the ceiling, and what feelings did you have in that moment? What things were you worried about? What kept you up at night? What woke you up in the middle of the night, like in a just like a, "Oh, fuck," you know?
Right.
And just really speak to those things, or even tell those stories, and kind of explain how, even, when it's around money, it's like, even if you haven't made money, just talking about how there's hope, and in other industries, like in the pet industry or in the dog training niche, right? This is a
Hmm.
great example. Talking about how you would sit on the couch and be trying to watch a movie or trying to go to bed, and your dog would be just barking like crazy, and running around the house barking this and that. And you couldn't get any sleep at night, and all this stuff. And you found this one little course that changed everything.
Hmm.
And now you sleep peacefully at night, and all of this stuff, right? Your dog's made huge strides, and your relationship with your dog is so much better, and all of this stuff. But you speak to the real moments of, man, this is a lot. This is overwhelming. This is exhausting. Emotion focused, emotional emotional touch points are really the key to content taking off. So I would focus a lot of it around emotions rather than logic. And
Hmm.
that on social media, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, you name it, that will go viral. That will get you views and leads and sales,
Hmm.
because those emotional touch points are way more powerful.
Right. Okay.
That
Hmm.
makes sense?
Yeah. It does.
So, when you are on TikTok, curious. This is the question I always ask everybody. It's the dreaded question. Have you
Okay.
gone live yet? Have you tried going live?
I have not gone live yet.
I got another one.
I was super nervous about it, but
Yeah.
doing this, I feel a little better about it. But
Oh, you're so great, man. You're so good
yeah,
on live. Are you kidding me?
oh, thank you. That makes me feel a little better.
You don't
But
even feel
sometimes I
nervous
get
at
a little
all.
nervous. But I
Yeah.
haven't gone live yet, but I'm going to start going live really soon.
Cool.
Yeah. So because I know that's definitely a way to really help out your page is going live. And I've seen other people doing it and I see like, wow, they're generating a lot of traffic going live. So I know I need to do it. So I'm going to do it really soon. I promise.
Have you heard me explain the live onion?
No, I haven't.
Basically, think of this thing in marketing called buyer's resistance. Here's why I push people to go live. There's this thing called buyer's resistance, meaning there's buyers in your followers and they've got resistance. So you got followers 40,000 plus, and there's buyers in there who haven't bought what you're selling yet. They're sitting there, they're waiting to buy. Actually, humans love to buy. A lot of times people forget that. We love buying shit. We
Mm.
love it. You know what I mean? When you find something that's really cool, we were at the mastermind and I showed Anon, one of our BPAs, I showed him a cigar ashtray thing I recently just bought. He said, "Wow, that's so cool. I'm gonna buy that right now." And I was like, "Man, okay." He's like, You want to know how many times I had to delete Amazon? I love buying shit, and
Yeah.
I was like, "Dude, me too." And
Mm.
people love buying things, and if you got something cool to sell, there's going to be buyers in your followers, but they have resistance. What's the reason they haven't bought? They have resistance. And so there's different layers, right? So they're going to need multiple touch points before they buy something, before they take action, right? And so if there's 10 layers of buyer's resistance, maybe your first video breaks through the first layer, and then maybe your second video breaks through the second layer.
Yeah.
And what I think a live does is a live acts like a knife. So rather than your hands peeling it back, I think a live just cuts straight to the middle and
Oh,
can
that's a
take
lot of
out multiple layers of resistance at once. It's sort of
Mhm.
like a fast track to get to the middle of it. And the reason that's so important is because when people see you on video, they're kind of like, okay, who's this person? Whatever. It looks cool, I guess, whatever. Um, and when they see you on live, or when they see you, sort of real and raw and vulnerable, and you're live speaking to an audience, man, it cuts right straight to the heart, and it's really
I-
powerful.
huh.
I think also if people don't like going live, I just think generally being vulnerable in your content will do a similar effect. But when I see people who go live a lot, and they're teaching and giving value and connecting with their audience,
Mhm.
um, generally I see them have a lot higher conversions than other people.
Uh,
And for instance, Amy Hires gave an example on her mastermind talk this last weekend, where she would open a notebook and go live on TikTok, and she would write down people's usernames and get their actual names. And so when their username came in, she's got a full notebook of people's usernames with their real name. Say, "Hey, user 542, what's your name? Good to have you here." And they'd be like, "Martin." Shit. So they'd sign on 3 days later, and she'd be like, "What's up, Martin? Good to see you." And they're like, "You remember my name?"
yeah.
Like, that's
Oh, okay.
crazy. And
Hmm.
now suddenly it's not a rando out there on social media. It's like, it's a real connection.
Right. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. That's an awesome concept.
Yeah.
That-
She's super cool. She has really mastered the art of going live on TikTok or just on social media. But man, you got an amazing personality, and you seem so real and connectable. Sometimes on social media, that's a hard thing to convey through video, but it's much easier felt. I bet you if we told people who are attending right here right now and said, "Hey, do you feel like Martin is connectable, and that you feel like he's got a really like sort of connectability that comes through on a live?" I bet a lot of them would say yes. Let's see what they say. But yeah, I just think, you know, I feel kind of a presence from you that feels really attachable, and that's something that people would love to experience, because that's really what people are after, is connection.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Thank you. Yeah,
So
that's
for
yeah.
people who are brand new, brand new, getting started, maybe they're about to start TikTok, maybe they're about to, here's all the answers. Yes, thumbs up. Yes, yes, connectable.
Awesome.
Heck yeah. Absolutely he is. Definitely
Okay.
yes, yes. Um,
Wow.
um, for people who are getting started and maybe were in your shoes when you were about to go on social media, start on TikTok, whatever, what would you say to them to give them a little bit of encouragement or a little boost to get started online, to get
Uh,
started on social media creating content?
I would just say, just to not give up, because your
Mm,
first piece of content probably isn't going to. Some people actually go viral on their first piece, but um, I don't feel like that happens for everybody. So I feel like you just gotta kind of have patience and just keep going at it and not giving up. And if you do that, then I feel like you're gonna find success, because eventually one of your videos are probably gonna pop off. And like I said, like once I got that one viral video, like at first I didn't feel like anything was happening, but I got one viral video and my whole page just started going up. And I just didn't give up. I just say just not to give up. And like even some of the most basic content goes viral. You don't have to have like the best quality or anything like that. You just gotta, a lot of it I feel like it's like with timing. You have to kind of figure out your timing, the best time to post. And
yep,
once I kind of figured that out, I just hit that same I hit that same time every day. And that's kind of how I know my videos can perform the best possible. So I just do that. And but just continuing to create and being consistent, so the algorithm can kind of pick you up. So and you don't even have to make like the most complicated content, and you can make like 3 pieces of basic content. And I
yep,
mean, it can take you, like the people say, 2 to 3 hours a day, at max. You do
yep,
that, and you just do that every day. I do it every day. I don't even feel like you have to do it every day anymore. I feel like the algorithms are kind of changing. But if you do it every day, or I mean, you just have one session where you create like 9 pieces of content in like 2 to 3 hours, and you only do that maybe once or twice a week. If you do that consistently for just even like a few months, it's something's gonna pop off. And so that's just what I've done. I just keep going at it, and just figuring out, watching the algorithm. Once you kind of get the algorithm down,
yep,
TikTok becomes so much easier, and I'm
yep.
figuring that out. So that's what I'm doing right now, is kind of figuring out the algorithm.
Yeah, and it takes a little time, right?
It takes a little time, but once you got it, you got it. And TikTok is powerful. Like I'm so happy
Yep,
I found you guys. Like I really am, because like it's really changing my life. And it opened up
yep,
a new way of just um a new way of life. You
yep.
can really work for yourself, and you can love what you do. Like I love creating content now. I feel like it's so much fun. And I just not giving up, you'll find success. I feel like. So
Wow, cool, man.
uh,
So cool. Well, thanks for coming on the show, and I couldn't have said it better. That was incredible. Be consistent, never give up, and man, yeah, we'll have
yeah.
people go over to your TikTok and give you a follow, boost those followers for you.
Yeah, awesome. Yeah, thank you for having me. I really
Yeah,
appreciate you guys.
yeah,
So
we'd love to have you back on in 60 days, 90 days. Just reach back out to Roxy, and or we'll reach back out to you, and we'd love to have you back on.
yes, sir. That sounds awesome. Yeah.
Cool.
All right.
Thanks again.
All right. No problem. All right.
See
Bye.
ya. All right, everybody, go follow Martin on TikTok. Here's his handle: Ecom Chapman. Really easy. ECOM Chapman. CHAPMAN. Ecom Chapman. Go find him. Man, powerful, powerful stuff. I think one of the big things he said: never give up. And sometimes we've talked here at Legendary about how some of our success, maybe not all of it, but some of our success is just due to never giving up and selling the same thing and believing in what we sell. And sometimes your reputation um, can over time erode if you're constantly throwing this and that and the other thing. But what we've chosen here at Legendary is just to make our course and our training and our program just a little better and a little better and a little better every single year. And people love buying our training. People really genuinely enjoy going through our training and learning these new concepts. And it's part of the reason our refund rates are so low, and part of the reason that we have lots of happy, excited customers who buy from us again and again. So um, you can find Martin at Ecom Chapman. Go give him a follow, and like I always say, make sure you give him a comment and say, "Hey, when are you going live? I want some peer pressure this guy into going live." Okay. No, I'm just playing. Have a good rest of your Wednesday, everybody. We will see you back here tomorrow, Thursday, same time, same place. See you guys. Peace.